Hey everybody, how you guys doing? I appreciate you being here. We're going to start with AI tools. That's what we're going to talk about this morning for that first hour. Then the second hour, we're actually going to go over the individual tool list that most agencies need. We talked about understanding the six best prospects and all those particular things. Technology is extremely important in today's world, but let's be honest. There are agencies that are out here that are operating with a phone, a spreadsheet, a 3x5 card box, and they're going through the carrier sites and they don't really have anything. Everything is still paper in their agency and they're still operating. So I don't want you guys believing that you can't be successful, you can't function unless you have all this technology. Technology should be one of your staff that's there to enhance what your agency does. It's not going to replace everything that your agency does. It enhances what your agency does. So with that being understood, let's go ahead and get into some of our training. First and foremost, I'm going to open with a poll question to make sure everyone can clearly hear and see. So the first poll question says, can you see and hear the session? Can you see? Well, it's three questions. Can you hear and see? Can you see but not hear? That means you need to check your computer. And then of course I can hear but not see. Well, if you can hear but not see, then how did you fill out the poll? So go ahead and start answering those questions. Give you a few more seconds here. Okay, good. 100% of you say I can 100% of you say, I can hear and see. So if you cannot hear and see, then that means that there's something on your side, something on your computer screen that is the problem, just so you guys will know, okay? All right, let me close this and let's get right into our training. Let's do a quick review. There are 6 ways an insurance agency makes money: new policy sales, new policies from existing customers, increasing coverage limits on existing customers, retention, profit sharing, broker fees. Those are the 6 ways that we make money in the insurance space. Okay. Now, what does that mean for us? That means that we have 6 insurance prospects, 6 best insurance prospects. We have our current customers. We have our referrals and testimonials from both our referral partners and our customers. We have people that are actively interested. They filled out a form, they went online, they called our office, they emailed us, they texted us, they did something that shows they are actively interested. There are former customers. There are quoted, not sold prospects. And some of you agencies are buying leads, and I don't understand it. You've been around for 15, 20 years. You have thousands of quoted, not sold prospects. You have all their information. You have their X dates. You have everything, but you're still buying leads, real-time leads that you're probably not using technology to replace. I don't understand it, but it's happening. But quoted, not sold prospects is your 5th. And then finally, a possible upcoming need. You just got married, you just relocated, you just had a baby, you just opened a business, something like that. So those are 6 best prospects. There's 6 types of staff in our agency. There are processes, which are written out steps. There's time blocking, meaning we're dedicating time to actually do the things we need to do. There are templates and scripts, technology, automation, and people. These are the 6 types of staff in an insurance agency, and we need to make sure we're utilizing all 6. And when we put a process in place, we actually utilize all 6 by following these 7 steps. 1, we write out our desired process. 2, we calendar block so we can train and implement. 3, we create our phone, email, text, social templates and scripts. 4, we implement the technology. 5, we try to automate as many of the tasks as possible. 6, we only bring people in once those first 5 are actually set up and functioning so that everybody's not sitting there watching our mistakes. And then finally, we spot check and retrain as needed. If we follow these 7 steps, we can pretty much implement anything in our agency. There are 26 core insurance processes that happen in an agency. I won't go over all of them, but there are 26. And then this is our technology tool list. This shows most of the technology that we're going to use in our agency, okay? However, this first hour, we're going to specifically talk about AI, artificial intelligence. So let me go over to our site here, and I'm going to talk about, we're going to go up to the top, and we're going to type in ChatGPT. All of us should be familiar with ChatGPT. If you're not, then you will be after this. So we're going to go chat, and we're going to go to ChatGPT prompts. Now, if you will look at your handouts, if you will open your handouts, you're going to see that I have given you 2 master prompts for marketing. And those master prompts are for commercial, which is what I sell, but they're also for home and auto, which is what you guys do. So let's look at what AI is. All right, what does AI stand for? What does it mean? Well, first of all, it stands for artificial intelligence. And the first artificial intelligence I will tell you that all of you need to understand is ChatGPT. So I'm going to open up ChatGPT, over my ChatGPT. I have the paid version. So what does ChatGPT do? ChatGPT allows you to ask questions. It's like having the smartest secretary in the world. Okay, that's the best way I can look at it. It's like having the smartest secretary in the world. And you can ask questions, and you can ask it to do things, and you can ask it to flow, and ask it to work, and ask it to do everything. One of the things that I would tell you that most people underutilize ChatGPT for is they are not asking it things that will really benefit their agency. They're asking it to do things like analyze these 2 spreadsheets, which is important, don't get me wrong, but like you literally can ask it to write you scripts, to write you everything. So I'm going to open up, so that's my ChatGPT, and I'm going to say, create a script for commercial insurance. This is what most people do, right? They'll go in and they'll ask it a very basic question, create a script for commercial insurance. Now, mine is already set up to ask more questions because I'm not the only one that uses it. My team uses it. So it says, okay, could you clarify the purpose of the script? Most of your guys won't do this. It won't ask additional questions, but it should say, are you cold calling businesses for commercial? Are you following up with webinar leads? Are you nurturing referral partnerships, outbound AI voice assistant? What are you using that script for? So once you actually start understanding that ChatGPT can go as detailed as you need it to go, then you'll start writing better prompts. So let's go ahead and open up the first handout that I have here for you. And the first one is selling 25 homeowners. Again, open up your stuff. No, I'm going to open up mine because this is a little clearer down here. 25 homeowners. Okay, here we go. Close this. Good. So my prompt says, create a 45-day marketing plan for a new insurance agent targeting homeowners and auto insurance prospects. The plan should include prospecting strategies for finding homeowners, recent mortgage holders, new home buyers, and auto insurance prospects, such as new car buyers, expiring policyholders. Provide specific lead generation methods using Zillow, Realtor.com, and DMV data. Include categorized outreach templates for phone, email, text, voicemail, social media DMs, and video script. Detail a contact sequence for email timing, phone calls, and text messages. Provide task delegation steps with suggestions for hiring freelancers from Fiverr or Upworks and recommended automation tools like Go High Level, HubSpot, Zapier, and follow-ups. So that is the prompt. Now, again, this is a very detailed prompt because I want a very detailed, specific answer, and I've given you this prompt. Now, what does it return? It returns 4 different phases. Phase 1, prospect list creation. Hire a lead researcher on Fiverr. Here's what they're going to do. Target leads like homeowners, new mortgage, high risk, homeowners with policies expiring soon. No, we use Fiverr. I think I showed you guys that yesterday. If not, I'll show you today. We use Fiverr, Fiverr, for most of our research type work. I don't want my team doing that. Then it says, step 3 was create a prospect spreadsheet. So Fiverr, the person that we hire on Fiverr, the team that we hire on Fiverr, they're going to go out, they're going to research, they're going to do all this, and then they're going to create a prospect spreadsheet. Well, who can do it? Again, we use Fiverr for that. Phase 2, outreach. So on phase 2 is when I needed to write my scripts. Remember I said the first thing we do is we write out the process. Think about those 7 steps. Write out the process. This is the process, right? This is step by step what I want to happen. What was the next thing I do after I write out the process? I time block. Well, this is obviously going to take some time, so that's why I outsource it to somebody else. Next thing I do is I set up my templates. So right here, I've already asked it, hey, will you write out the scripts for email, for phone, for text, for social, for video, all of that. So it's telling me, all right, I'll do it. Now let's go down. And it's now written out the actual scripts. Email outreach. So it's written out the email. Phone script. Text message script. Social DM. Voicemail. Follow-up sequences. Day 7, do this. Day 10, do this. Day 14, do this. Day 21, do this. Now understand, I built a whole career around teaching my team to follow these things. This was me and my ideas of saying, okay, we're gonna reach out at day 7. Okay, call them at day 10, call them at day whatever. So basically what ChatGPT has done is it's taken my knowledge, your knowledge, and all the world's knowledge of people that have done this over and over and over, and we're asking questions and we're inputting information into the system, and it's analyzing that, and it's spitting out what would have taken me weeks to set up. It's done it in seconds. Now, does that mean it's perfect? No, it does not. It means I still need to go through, I still need to analyze it, I still need to modify it, I still need to update it for my specific situation. But it takes a whole lot less time. It'll take me now 20 minutes to clean this up and modify it and update it versus 2 weeks to clean it up, modify, and update it. All right, so that was on the first part. Now here's the auto. Who am I targeting? Maybe you have a different target. This says new car buyers, expiring policy holders, drivers with good records, families with multiple vehicles, which means collect states and other things like that that I could use. Maybe you have a different list or a different series of information that you're building your list off of. That's fine. I'm still not going to do it personally. I'm not going to have my team do it. I'm still going to send it out on Fiverr and let one of those people do it. But we're going to build that list. And again, it gives me the base templates to work from, which I can always go in and modify, update, do whatever I need to do. And I even modify it a lot of times using ChatGPT. So what does that mean? Again, I left this prompt down here. Guys, I've already written out the 2 prompts for you, the major prompts, and you can go out there and do it. Now, if you're a member, an active member, we'll go back over to Inspire a Nation. We'll go to our ChatGPT page. If you go down to where it says ChatGPT information and prompts, I've got a whole bunch of prompts that are down here for you. I've got a master prompt. I've got I've got 65 different ChatGPT prompts for videos if you wanted to do that. I've got the commercial insurance prompt. This is the main commercial insurance prompt. I've got the home marketing prompt. I've got the prompt for policy review request email. So again, if you're going to use AI, you're going to use ChatGPT, use it in a way that makes sense. Use it in a way that it can really benefit you. Okay. Now you're probably saying, okay, Billy, what are some of the ChatGPT tools, or what are some of the different AI tools that are out there? Well, I'm going to talk specifically about 3 tools. Now, there are a bunch of different tools. You're going to have vendors hitting you up every day talking about how they can use AI to make your life better, how they can use AI to flow information from here to there. I'm not trying to be the end all, know all, be all about AI. Okay. I just want you to know how we're using AI in our agencies and using it in our group and using it in my specific agency to help drive business. Okay. So, first thing that I'm doing is I'm making sure that I've got the right scripts, prompts, templates. Those are really, really important. That's what I use AI for first, is to help me write out scripts, templates, things like that. The next thing I use AI for is to help me to come up with marketing plans or outreach plans, which is what I just gave you guys right here. So if you just popped in, I know there's quite a few that just popped in, look in your handouts. And in your handouts, you're going to see 2 handouts, one for commercial, if you're trying to write 25 commercial policies in the next 45 days, and one for home and auto, if you're trying to write 25 homeowners policies and 25 auto policies in the next 45 days. Here's a plan that you can follow. It is not the only plan, but it is a plan that you can follow. So the one of the ways that I use all the AI tools is in our chatbots. Okay, in our chatbots, and we have 2 specific kinds of chatbots that we use. We use a chatbot that is ChatGPT driven, meaning ChatGPT is the base behind it, and we load in different resources to help support that resource, which I'm going to show you here in a second. We also have one that is not ChatGPT driven. It is direct conversation driven, meaning if this person does that, then you do this. If this person does that, then you do this. And the third way that we use it is with our voice chatbots. So we have written chatbots, we have voice chatbots. And I'm telling you, agents, if you start to incorporate some chatbots in your agency, you will do a lot better. Okay, you'll find that the chatbots they gather information a little bit better, especially if you're marketing. Let me not say like you're replacing CSRs or anything like that. I know there are people that are talking about doing that. I'm not talking about doing that. I'm talking about specific marketing. So let me show you here. So this is one of our chatbots here. This is driven by Zapier. So I click on the chatbot. It says, hello, you've reached the national headquarters of Inspire Nation Business Mentoring and Williams Family Insurance Investment Group. My name is Insby, and I'm an AI virtual assistant. I'm not an actual human, but I'll take care of you today. By the way, if you prefer to have a phone conversation with me, you can call 682-206-3836, and I will answer. Now, what questions can I answer for you? So I'm going to say, tell me about your mentoring membership. I'd be happy to help with that. Before we continue, may I please ask your full name? Yeah, my name is Billy Williams. Thank you, Billy. Inspire Nation Business Mentoring offers various membership levels designed to help insurance agencies grow and improve profitability. I'll level 1, and then it just kind of goes through the different levels that are there, right? If you'd like more detailed information about membership prices, levels, and resources, I recommend visiting our membership information page and so if I click on that page right there, it's going to take you to our membership page, which talks about all the different levels and everything that we do. Now, the nice thing about having this is this is a link, okay? This is a link. So I actually include this link in our outbound marketing. I include it on our e-newsletter. I include it when I'm texting somebody and saying, hey, you inquired about Inspire Nation. All of you will probably get something by phone, email, or text, depending on what information that you gave, saying, hey, thank you for attending the webinar. Hope you enjoyed it. By the way, if you're interested in finding out more about our membership program, finding out more about the services and benefits that we offer, have a quick chat with our chatbot by clicking on this link, right? And then it will open up and you can have a chat with that chatbot. That's one way that we use our chatbots. Another way that we use our chatbots is I'm going to close this, is that we have a direct chatbot that we use. Let's go here. Okay, we have a direct chatbot that we use that it's a company that we actually own. It's called ConversioBot. So let me show you this ConversioBot. Well, you know, I'm going to take you to our website because it's actually on module 1, module 2, module 3. So let's go here. Let's go to module 1. I make it sensitive so agents have to slow down. And it should be here. Yep. So down here on module 1, we have a chatbot. It says, "Do you need help with module 1? Just ask me." So I'll click here. Now, this is not the same company. This is not ChatGPT driven. This is me writing out every single question, every single prompt, every single driver that takes you from one place to the other. Welcome to Inspire Nation Business Mentoring. My name is Insby. Billy asked me to assist you with module 1 of the mentoring program. Do you need some assistance? Yes. Can you overview what I'm supposed to do on module 1? As I said earlier, my name is Insby. What's your name? My name is Billy. Okay, Billy. First, I'll explain the key steps, and then I'll walk you through the action steps. You can scroll up and down after I finish to read the information that you might have missed. Are you ready to get started? Yes, let's get started. Again, this is not ChatGPT driven, and I'll show you, I wrote out every word, everything that we're doing right here. Okay. So I'm just going to close it down. But this for our members, I don't see a lot of use out of this. I don't know if it's because it's buried over in the right corner or whatever. But she will walk you through and help explain everything that there is to do and when you need to do it and why you need to do it in the different modules. Module 1 has its own, module 2 has its own, module 3. So I'm going to show you a couple of other things. I'm going to go to, let's go to Shones agency.com. Okay, so this is one of our partners, and you see we have a chatbot on that one as well. And so again, we use it on our sites, we use it on sending it out in email, we use it in sending out in text messages, other things like that, because the chatbot's going to gather data for you. Okay, let's go to another site here. Let's go to Scordo Insurance.com. Okay. Oh, he's got a whole new site. Well, he must have taken the chatbot off, so I don't see it popping up, so I'm not going to worry about it. I guess I'll just have to call him and say, hey, you got a new site, but our chatbot's not on it. But the chatbot is really, really powerful. It's a good tool. It's a good way to get additional information. Now, let me show you how these are set up behind the scenes. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the ChatGPT driven one. And I'm going to go to Zapier for that. We'll go to our chatbots here. We'll go to Inspire Nation chatbot. Let's look at that one. So this is what it is. This is why these prompts are so important. And that's why you have all these folks out here talking about, I can write you a prompt. I'm a prompt engineer. I'm a this. All you really need to do is say, what do I want this to do? Remember, I told you guys, if you write out your detailed steps, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to have this happen. I want the person to answer the phone. I want to put it in the system, just like you would write out that series of tasks. That's the same thing you do with your prompt. In fact, you can take your task that you wrote out step by step, throw it into ChatGPT and say, analyze this and tell me if I'm doing something wrong. Am I missing a step? Is there something that I need? But behind the scenes, this is how you build a chatbot. Okay. First, you have to have your prompt. Notice the prompt, my prompt is very, very long. It's not a short prompt because I'm basically giving it all the instructions that I want to have happen. Then I'm giving the greetings, right? How are you going to greet? What are you going to say? The real power is in the tools that you link this chatbot to. Yes, you're going to link it to ChatGPT, but if we come back over here on Zapier, you see it says knowledge. Behind the scenes, I've taken PDFs and I've taken our process manual and I've taken our job aids and all those particular things and linked them to this database. So it says your knowledge source. This is your power, guys. This is why you take the procedure manuals and you take all the different things and you link them to your chatbot. This is how we get our people trained on the chatbot as well, because you can set it up to where you can put a filter on there that says put in this special, code or special whatever, and then take it, and then only certain people can get in behind the scenes for certain tools. What do I mean by that? Let's say you've got a brand new person and you're trying to help train that brand new person on understanding car insurance, as an example. So you set up a chatbot, a training chatbot for your agency where someone can either call in to the number or they can click on the link and start asking questions. Hey, how do I add a fifth car? Which is like the hardest thing to do for car insurance, right? How do I add a fifth car to a policy? Or suppose I want to insure a trailer, a person is pulling a trailer. How do I add that? Well, if you've got these instructions on how to do that, you can attach that as a knowledge database behind the scenes. Okay. So I just wanted to kind of show you behind the scenes. There's no magic to it. It's just about doing it. Now, a lot of folks won't do it. They won't take the time to do it, which is why my team, my kids specifically, have said, Dad, if somebody wants help with it, we'll charge them. But if they want help setting up a chatbot, we'll help them set up the chatbot. We'll do that for you. I got one daughter in particular, that's her thing. That's what she does, right? So if you need help with that, we can do that. Now, that's Zapier behind the scenes. Now I'm going to take you over to our ConversioBot. ConversioBot is a company that we are part owners of. First, I'm going to open up my password manager here, because I don't remember all these passwords. That's why in session 2, when we start talking about tools that you'll need, password managers are right there near the top, because most people don't do them well. And here's the other thing. 60% of the things that an agent is responsible for doing never get done because they can't remember the logon and password in a timely manner. Okay? They can't remember the logon and password in a timely manner, so they don't get it done. Let's come over here. So Inspire Nation. Yeah, these are the different agencies, some of the different agencies that we built out chatbots for. That's what you were looking down there. Now we're going to go to our main chatbot. Now, if you notice, it's a whole lot different than just throwing in some data, because I want to direct every conversation that happens. So it says, I'll just open this up. Hi there. Thank you for visiting our site. My name is Inspi, and I'll be assisting you today. All right. You know who I am, but I don't know who you are. What is your first and last name? So then back here, we put the user response, their full name. And that's how that chatbot works. So, and then we went through each one of these. What are the different programs? What are the different things that we offer? Thank you for providing your name and email address. Which of our programs would you like help with today? If you're on a small screen device, scroll down to see the answers. And then behind the scenes, we list the different programs that we have available. Now, the nice thing about using the direct one like this is I can tell it exactly where to go, what to do, and the person doesn't get lost in general questions, right? They don't get lost behind the scenes because now they're all caught up with all of these questions and they get pulled into rabbit holes and they do all this other stuff and they just don't know where to go. So that's the text-based chatbots. One is ChatGPT driven, which is the Zapier one. One is not ChatGPT driven. It is, if this happens, do this. If they ask this question, go here. And I've written out all the questions. So that means you can't ask something other than what I want you to ask. We like that one when we're trying to gather quote information. So, I closed it down, but let me open up again. Again, these are all links. These are different things that I can put out there. So here, under car insurance, I'll just click this one. So if I were trying to get information on auto insurance, maybe someone said, hey, I'm really interested in finding out about getting a quote for car insurance. This is kind of like what Lemonade and all those guys do on their sites. And I could either put it on my site where you filled it out, or I could text it to you or email it to you and say, hey, just fill this out real quick. And then, the information will flow into our system. It says our aim is to find the best insurance coverage at the best price. My name is Batshur. How can I help you today? And then their response would be, I want to get a quote. I want to do this. So again, we can build this out to whatever you want it to do. I'm just going to close it. I just wanted to show you that. So this works really well when you're trying to get a quote for something. That's part of the AI that you can do. Don't get overwhelmed, guys. You don't have to do it all. I'm just showing you that. Now, the other thing that we use it for is for our voice chatbot. So you have text-based chatbots and you have your voice chatbots. Our text-based chatbots are still, I'd say 3-to-1 utilized more than our voice-based, but voice is still powerful. So we use a tool called Vappy. I'll go to my Vappy and I'll show you how our Vappy works. All right. Now we use Vappy for inbound. We use Vappy for outbound. We use Vappy for our insurance agency. We use Vappy for a lot. So if you call that phone number, you're going to get our Vappy voice AI. That's why on that original, when I showed you, it said, I'm Inspi, I can answer your questions. Or if you want to talk to me, you can call this number and I will answer your questions. It's set up the exact same way. On your prompt, which is over here, what was the purpose of the prompt? What did I use it for? Let me go to this one because I want you to see more here. Okay, yeah. What's the purpose? What's the first message? And then we have it all written down. Now, these are long prompts. Again, this is one of the mistakes that most people make when they deal with AI. They don't tell it exactly what they want it to do. They just put in something generic and something small, and then the AI has no clue. The more data you can put into it, the more instructions, not data, because you just don't want to throw random crap in there. You want to make sure that you are putting information that's powerful for that, right? So you have our Inspi, which is our inbound. This is our primary number. If you call our office, this is what you're going to get. You text our office, this is what you're going to get. She forwards the text to me or to one of my team, but this is who you're talking to when you call our 682-206-3836 or you text our 682-206-3836. Right. Now, what makes her powerful? What makes her powerful is the fact that I've attached other files to her. So here's the Fix My Insurance Agency workshop. So if you guys called in about that, this is where that data comes from. About Inspire Nation Business Mentoring, about commercial insurance. We've got our commercial insurance knowledge data. So if you called in and you called our agency and you wanted to ask questions about what is general liability? What do we mean by this? What do you mean by that? This is this huge database that we took and we loaded it behind the scenes so that Inspi would reference it when you had a question about something. The insurance customer journey. Maybe you you called and you asked something that we felt like you needed a quick little quiz. And we said, would you like to take a quick quiz to see how you're set up for your insurance? And you go, yeah, I would. And so she'll ask you several quiz questions and then give you a response, give you an answer back. So our FAQ page, that one that we showed you yesterday, that's all attached behind the scenes. That's what makes these chatbots so smart. It's not the fact that they're just attached to AI or attached to ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot or whoever you're attaching them to. It's the fact that you're taking your material from your agency and you're putting it behind the scenes. So now, when you do that, let's go back over here. When you do that and you write a good prompt, now your AI can say, hey, let me help with this. This is how we use it to help market. This is how we use it to help train our people, because our people can call into a number and say, I need help with something. How do I do this? How do I do that? And if I've taken the time to write a job aid, to do any of this other stuff, and I load it on there, that AI can reference that material and answer the question for my team. So it frees up a lot of training for the team, okay? Our INSPE outbound is when someone fills out one of our forms, I can have it set up, depending on the form, where INSPE will automatically reach out to them and say, hey, I see that you recently filled out a form and I'm calling to see if you have any questions. So right here, where it says talk to assistant. Let's see, allow while visiting the site.
Hello, this is INSPE and I am an AI voice-based virtual assistant with Inspire and Nation Business Mentoring. I'm calling because you just completed one of our forums. And I want to see if you have any questions I can answer for you, or if you would like to schedule an appointment to talk to one of our team members.
Hey, yeah, INSPE, thanks for calling. I was trying to find out more about the Inspire Nation membership. Can you tell me anything about that?
Of course. Inspire and Nation Business Mentoring offers a comprehensive membership that provides access to a best-in-class video and document library. This library focuses on key areas essential for building a successful insurance agency, such as staffing, training, marketing, agency operations, customer service, retention, internet use, and automation technology. As a member, you also benefit from one-on-one mentoring and training sessions with experts, including Dr. Billy R. Williams, who brings his vast knowledge and experience in building and growing insurance agencies. Our membership is known for providing cost-effective resources and tools to double.
Okay, that's great, great. So, INSPE, let me ask you a question. How would I actually go about signing up for the membership?
Hi, Enrique. Signing up for the membership is pretty easy.
No, I'm not Enrique. Hello, I'm not Enrique. I'm saying, how do I sign up for a membership?
I apologize for that. To sign up for a membership with Inspire and Nation Business Mentoring, you can visit our website at www.inspirenation.org. There, you can see all we have to offer and sign up directly. If you have any questions or need assistance, you can call us back, and I'll be happy to assist you further. Would you like to schedule an appointment to discuss this in more detail?
No, I'm good for right now, but thank you for your help. I appreciate everything.
You're welcome. If you ever have any more questions or need assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.
Okay, so again, as soon as someone fills out one of the forms that I have attached to our outbound, they would automatically get this call and be able to have that conversation, schedule an appointment, do whatever they needed to do. Guys, this is how AI can help you in your agency. So I know you guys are being sold all this stuff and you're being told, oh no, we need to do this and we need to have that, and it's going to cost you $5,000, and it's got, let me pull it up and show you. So for our VAPI, I probably spend $30 a month at the most. Okay, so let's go to INSPE. Let's look at our cost here. I'm going to come out of these files and let's go to the platform. Let's go to the overview. Yeah, there we go. So today we've had 2 calls. Now that one that I just did does not count as a call. Okay, that's because I'm inside the system. But we've had 2 outside calls. Excuse me. We've had 6 outside calls. If you see here, we've had 6 outside calls that called into that number. We've had 2 minutes worth of actual talk time. Total spent was $4.90. The average cost per call was 17 cents, okay? Based on, because it's still based on time. So that means over here, I don't know if you can see this or not, call count 50, $11, average duration was 11 minutes. Is that what that says? Yeah, I think it says 11 minutes or something like that. The point is, it's not expensive, okay? It's not. And so when people are telling you, oh, it's going to cost you $2,500, it's going to cost you $5,000, it's going to cost you this, it's crap. It does not cost that much, guys. It does not cost that much. If I were giving suggestions on what you need to do for your AI, the first thing that I would tell you to do is learn to write prompts. Okay, learn to write good prompts. And writing good prompts is as simple as telling AI what you want it to do. Again, I'm going to come back over and look at our ChatGPT page here. Scroll down. I'm going to go to ChatGPT information and prompts. So what you want when you're setting up your prompts, you should ask it for step-by-step results, give it a number order, topic headings, give recommendations for tools and resources, and you want to write it kind of at a 12th grade reading level. You want its output to be from a 12th grade reading level as well. This is the master prompt that we tell everyone to start with. So this right here, if you guys are not members, screen capture this page real quick. The prompt sequence will give you the best results and save you a lot of time. So you follow this sequence. Number 1, I want to accomplish X. So I want to have a script. I want a marketing plan. I want you to figure out how I can do this. I want my team to be able to do this, whatever. I want to accomplish X. Next, it needs to have these key points, and it's whatever those key points are that you decide. It needs to be able to be finished in 30 minutes. It needs to be able to be trained to someone who has no experience. It needs to whatever, but it needs to have these key points. And then give it an example. It's just like anything else. It learns by seeing. It learns by experiencing. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. I want my team to be able to make outbound phone calls. This is one. I want my team to accomplish outbound phone calls, and I want them to be able to talk to the person and explain our agency and explain our value and set up an appointment and do all these other things. And then you give it a script that you've already written. If you have one out there already, it doesn't have to be a good script. You just give it one and say, here's an example of what we've been doing so far, but I want you to make it better. So what additional information do you need from me to accomplish this goal, ChatGPT? What else can I give you? And please give me the answer in a step-by-step outline format. That's how you write prompts, okay? You want a conversational approach. You want to ask for multiple variations. You never take the first thing ChatGPT gives you. Always say, this is really good, but can you add this, or can you modify this, or can you do that? Can you help me with this? Can you make it a little bit better? So yeah, I can make it better. Provide ChatGPT with examples, right? And again, I've given you, there's a link down here by a friend of mine named RJ who wrote out like 65 different ChatGPT prompts that you can use. But I've also given you some. I told you, I gave you the one for the detailed marketing plan for commercial insurance. I gave you the one for the detailed plan for home and auto insurance. I gave you one for writing out, these are different ones. take the script I'm providing below and make it unique to my agency. My agency name is this, my agency phone number is this, my agency email is this, my agency address is this. So you load in a script and you tell it, hey, modify it, turn it into my stuff. Next, revise the following coverage explanation script to make it more engaging and less technical. Next, draft a 250-word script for a step-by-step outline focused explainer video about commercial insurance. Next, generate a list of 10 key messages for a promotional video about identity theft product my insurance agency sells. The target audience are consumers aged 35 to 60. This is the key age range for identity theft because they tend to be in the process of building assets or they've already acquired a lot of assets. I want them to understand the struggle of trying to recover from identity theft. Again, these are different prompts, guys, that you can write. I won't go through each one, but this is how you use AI. So first thing I would tell you, write out your prompt. Get good at writing prompts on your AI. Then I would use AI, me personally, I would use AI to help with my marketing because I'm a sales guy. If nothing is being sold, nobody makes any money. So I would use it to help with my marketing. And how would I use it? Once I actually have a plan, which I gave you guys a detailed plan, once I actually have a plan, I would include it in some of my scripts, included in some of my text messages that I send out, right? I would set up behind the scenes. I could set up my ChatGPT either through Zapier, or you could call us and we can set up something for you, or you can reach out to whoever and set it up. And now when I'm reaching out, I'm sending out an email. The email doesn't just say, hey, this is what we do and this is how we do this and this is what that. The email will say, if you'd like to schedule an appointment, click here. Or if you'd like to talk to our virtual assistant, she or he can answer additional questions for you. And now when they click on that virtual assistant, they open up to this. Guys, for some reason, I don't know, but for some reason, psychologically, maybe because it's brand new, people love talking to chatbots. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just ease. They don't feel like the person's going to try to sell them something or whatever, but they love talking to chatbots. Okay. So there's a lot of different AI that's out right now. A lot. So you've got, if you go to Microsoft, you got the Microsoft Copilot. If you do a search on Google, you got Google Gemini. You got all these other things. I don't care what you use. I don't care how you use it, but you definitely need to make sure that you are modifying it if possible. So what I'd like for you to do, because I got about 10 minutes here before I need to jump off, ask me whatever questions you have. If you need me to show you something about how we set up something, I will. If you need me to answer any questions you might have about how you use AI in your agency or how you would use it with your outbound marketing or your inbound marketing or whatever, then you can do that as well. Even AI, if you guys noticed, there was a phone call yesterday for staffing. Remember I had you use that hotline you called in, or I explained that hotline you call into. That is an AI phone number. Okay, that's an AI phone number. When you leave your data, that data is collected. It flows through Zapier to a Google Sheet, all that, and then that flows into our CRM. So that's all integrated. Zapier is an amazing tool. If you are not using Zapier, shame on you. So while I'm waiting on a question here, I'm going to go ahead and open up Zapier again. All of you should be familiar with it, but if you're not, I at least want you to understand what Zapier is. Zapier connects tools to tools. That's what it does. It connects tools to tools. So these are some of our Zaps that are kind of out here. I may have it where it's sending information from one tool to another tool, where if you sign up for our newsletter, it automatically flows to a different thing. If you sign up for a webinar, you automatically get put into something. If you sign up for like our agency preparation, we have this thing out there called Agency Preparation 2024, 2025. It's on a Wufoo form. That form flows into something else. So you can use those two things together to make sure that you are flowing information from one place to the other. For us, we use our chatbots, our Zapier chatbots. It flows the information into our CRM or into our database, even with some of the tools that are out. So let's say, Hawksoft is our primary tool that we use. Well, a lot of times we will take a form that someone has filled out and they filled it out through our chatbot, and then that chatbot will flow into Hawksoft or flow into Insured Mind, which is our CRM. It'll flow into those particular tools because it was filled out that way. So again, I'm trying to just give you an orientation. I obviously can't take, this is an all-day class to teach you how to do it, but I at least wanted to give you an orientation of what AI tools can do. Now, these are not the only AI tools. There are a lot of AI tools that are very insurance specific, very insurance specific. Don't be afraid of AI. Utilize it, okay? Don't be afraid of it. So here's, let me look at some questions that I have out here. Says, I need your email address again. Tried to send you one yesterday, but it was non-deliverable. Okay, it's Billy, B-I-L-L-Y, at inspireanation.org. I'm going to write it in the chat for you. Billy at inspireanation.org. Okay, we'll send it. Just going to send it to everybody. So Billy at inspireanation.org. All right. So Mr. Epstein says, we have a small agency specializing in marine insurance. We often have long surplus lines applications to fill out. I was wondering if I could automate that process from the submission form we have on our website as a starter project. Let me scroll down. I just asked ChatGPT for a step-by-step process for how to do that. Okay, so Mr. Epstein, what kind of result did you get back when you asked ChatGPT how to do that? Did it give you step-by-step what you needed to do? And again, you got to have the tools. Now, remember we talk about this. You still got to have the tools that kind of link together to make that happen. Kathy says, as a member, do you have someone that can assist you with getting things set up? Oh, absolutely. For the not so tech savvy, yes, that's part of what my team does, is we help you set up stuff. We spend hours sometimes helping people set up things like their technology tools, their AMS system, their CRM, their chat bots. Yes, we will help you with that, Kathy, if that's what you need. That's not a problem. You just need to schedule it and make sure that we know what you're doing. Cynthia says, in simple terms, how can I start with AI? Keep it really simple. Or should I start with ChatGPT? Yes, you should, Cynthia, you should start with ChatGPT, because if you can't write a prompt, you're just going to spend a bunch of money for people who can write a prompt. So again, keeping it simple, I gave you that little simple thing. What do you want it to do? What are the key pieces that you want it to give you? And more importantly, give it to me easy. Give it to me step by step. Give it to me that way. But again, I wrote out this first big prompt for you, so you shouldn't have an issue. And I know someone had texted in saying, hey, the prompt has numbers or something all over it. Just take that, copy that prompt, stick it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT will clean it up for you. So let me do that real quick, because I know someone else was saying, Billy, the prompt has information or something that's unreadable or something like that. So let's go here. And it's probably just the way I copied it. Let me answer this question first. Yes. All right, now I'm going to close this up. Let's go to home. Okay, that prompt is clean. So let me look at one of these other prompts that may not be. So, okay, this is the prompt they were talking about. Oh, this is the PDF. Yeah, I usually only use stuff from Word documents because I've noticed that once I try to turn it into a PDF. But I'm going to take this prompt. All right, just copy it. I'm going to take it back over to ChatGPT. I'm going to say, please clean this prompt. And then I'm going to here's a cleaned up version of your prompt. Okay. So again, you can just take it and clean it up from that standpoint. It'll write out your sequence, it'll do all that kind of stuff for you. All right, so that, I don't need to do that one. Sorry, next question, while this is typing out that. All right, actually I got quite a few questions, good. Says, what's the best CRM for PNC agencies that use an AMS system? Guys, I can't tell you that. I honestly can't tell you that because you have to look at what integrates with your things. The best thing you can do is take the 20 questions that I gave you yesterday. Take those 20 questions, go through your AMS and go through your CRM and have it answer those 20 questions. But I can't tell you what the best one is because it's all dependent on your agency, what you do, what you sell, what your people know, all that. So Jackie, sorry, I can't answer that question for you. We'd have to dig a little bit deeper before I could answer that question for you. All right, staff question. I have a VA who's been working for me for about 1.5 years. She's been okay to decent at filling out accord forms, certain niche markets, accords for certain niche markets, but not super consistent. She's a sweet girl and hard worker, but I think she'd be better suited for marketing. Do you think it's worth investing in her to learn a tool and other marketing tasks and completely take her off of her current role in something she's better suited for possibly? The hours of VA specifically from the Philippines aren't really suited for on-demand quotes. Well, what do you mean on-demand quotes? I mean, maybe you just give her quotes. Here's the deal. It's all about your training. So when you say she's not consistent or she's not whatever, I always go back to leadership. What did you train her to do? What have you held her accountable for doing? What have you held her responsible for doing? If you just handed her a desk and said, here, sit down and figure it out, then that's on you. And again, I don't know how much training you've given her. We'd have to have a conversation about that. I don't know how much training you've given her. I don't know if you took her through those 11 boxes that I talked about yesterday about training your VA, and that I will talk about later this afternoon about training your VA. But what I know is if a person is willing to learn and they're willing to work, then I can train them to do anything. It's the unwilling that I can't train. So I don't know if that answers your question. I wouldn't take her off yet until you've actually trained her to do what you want her to do. It's just like ChatGPT. Did you give it the right prompt to deliver the results that you wanted? Or did you just assume by giving basic information it was going to know what to do? Your person is the exact same way. Did you train her on the exact thing that you want her to do? Or did you give her some basic information and say, figure it out? I don't know. I can't answer that for you. But says, where do you write your agency notes? Yeah, Cynthia, I'm not even sure what that question means. I'm assuming you're talking about your CRM or your, I'm not even sure. I don't even know what that question means, so I can't answer that. And Adrian says, yes, I suck at training. That's why I'm here. Okay, I got you, Adrian. You know, you suck at training. But the thing about sucking at training is you either got to let someone else train them, or you have to give them the resources to train themselves. So Adrian, I guess my question to you is, do you have written processes? Do you have written standards? Do you have written checklists? Do you have written things that you want her to do? Do you have a video explaining how you want the accord forms completed and what a good accord form that's completed properly looks like? So if you haven't given her any of that kind of resource or any of that kind of training, then it's not that she is bad. She just has not been prepared for success. So Adrian, hopefully you'll become a member. We can talk a little bit deeper and my team can probably help do a lot of that you're not good at doing. All right. All right, guys, I got to shut this down so that we can move on to the next hour of sessions. I think you guys just stay in. I'm the one that has to close out, but hopefully you picked up some stuff. I'll be in the next session in just a few minutes.